Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. Today is a super exciting day here on the homestead. A day we've been waiting for, honestly, since this spring when we originally decided that we were going to expand our herd of Idaho Pasture Pigs.
So today we are awaiting the arrival of two special registered gilts that will grow up here on our homestead and become the new sows that will produce the breeder piglets that we're going to be selling in the future.
We've been working with a farm up in Wisconsin, kind of near where Sarah and I grew up actually, called Duck Creek Pastures. Kayla and her family have an awesome farm up in Wisconsin where they do regenerative farming with Idaho Pasture Pigs, some awesome chickens that they raise, and just do an amazing job. We are so excited to get some Idaho Pasture Pigs from them.
They're on their way. They're not quite here yet, but we thought we would take you guys out, bring you guys out here to see what we've prepared for them, the run area, and then just reintroduce you guys to the current IPP pigs that we have.
So this is the new paddock that we've prepared for the two new piglets that we're getting today. This paddock ended up being about 24 feet wide by 96 feet long. We built this out of hog panels, and then on the inside of the hog panels we have one strand of electric wire. This is the system that we're going to for all of our IPPs that we're raising here on the farm. As many of you know, for a long time we raised our pigs kind of more in a wooded area where we used nothing but electric wire, and that worked out really well for just the grow out pigs when all we were doing was grow outs. But now that we have pigs on the farm all the time, and especially something with these IPPs, just having electric wire wasn't cutting it anymore. I think it's as they became more mature and as the male, as our boar wanted to get with the sows and as the sows want to get with the boar, they're a little more motivated than they are when they're real young. So by having this system with the actual physical barrier along with the electric wire, it has worked out really well and it has solved all of the problems we've had. Well, you can see that this area is a nice pasture area. There's lots of grass for these new pigs to eat. Now we will be feeding them grain as well. A lot of people, I think, have a misconception that these IPPs can do nothing but eat grass, kind of like a cow. And that's simply not true. They still need some supplemental feed as well, but they will definitely graze and eat a lot of grass, and you can get by with less of the actual pig feed for them. Now for us, for our IPPs, we feed around 4 pounds of feed per pig per day, which is less than we fed with the other kind of more, I'd call them standard hogs that we've raised in the past. We've always done those on 6 pounds per day. And in fact, when we're raising IPPs just to grow out, just for meat, we still stick with 6 pounds per day. But for the ones that are going to be here long term that we want to keep nice and slim so that they're in good breeding shape, we cut that back to about 4 pounds per day. And then of course they get milk from our cow, they get veggies out of the garden, they get a lot of extra treats. So along with that 4 pounds per day. So pigs love to eat, so do I, but I think that's maybe why we get along so well. Let's take a walk down further. I want to show you the new hut that we have for them and the wallow area that we've built for them. So you can see for these new piglets, we picked up one of these porta huts. This is just a metal portable shelter. It's used for a lot of different animals, but I think this is going to work out really well for the pigs. We've seen these a lot online, but until recently we couldn't find a place to buy them kind of locally. So we finally found that one of the MFA stores, which is the Missouri Farm Association stores, here about an hour from us actually has them in stock. So we picked one up. If this one ends up working out well, we're going to go get more for all of the pigs so that everybody can have some good shelter. Right now we have kind of a mix of different types of shelters for our pigs, but it would be nice because these are a lot more portable than what we're using for the other pigs. So we have this all set up. I think this is going to be nice for them. There's a vent in the back, so it stays actually pretty cool in there. That's one thing that I was worried about with this metal, is that in our warm weather it would get really hot inside. But we've had this here now for a couple weeks, and I've climbed inside of it a few times on hot days, and I'll be honest, it's really not too bad in there. So I think this will work out really well for them. And then kind of just behind the shelter, we've dug them a nice wallow, and I filled that up this morning. Whenever we build a new paddock for pigs, I always like to start a wallow for them for a couple reasons. these IPPs in general aren't great at rooting, so they don't dig a really good wallow. In fact, I should have dug in a bigger one for Charlie because he hasn't made it any bigger than what I originally made it for him with the tractor, and he just kind of lays in about 2 inches of water. So someday I'll get in Charlie's and dig him a bigger one. So I dug this one pretty deep. I'm hoping that these new girls that are coming today will enjoy this, and maybe they'll make it a little bit bigger themselves. But the real reason I like to start one for the pigs is that way you have some control over where it is. Otherwise they may dig it, right up by their feeding station. They may want to start one in a spot that you don't really want a wallow. By you digging one first with your tractor or even with a shovel, you at least give them a spot to start in, and then you have more control over where it ends up. So this is going to be a good spot for them, and we're just excited for them to get here.
Well, it must be spa morning for the other females that we have here. Ginger just got out, just laying in their wallow, having a good time. This spotted one here is our grow out feeder pig for this year. We will end up processing her in the fall. Kevin has named her Dolly. You can see Myrtle over there. She's just having a good old time laying in the wallow. She's pregnant, and I think she's starting to get bigger and hot. And Ginger is checking out her the straw in their house. I think she might be getting ready to take a nap. It's just a lazy day here for these ladies. They have no idea that pretty soon they're gonna have some roommates on the other side of the fence to watch. It's gonna be an exciting day for everybody.
Now, for those of you who have been watching us for a while, you may remember that this one here, the spotted one, her name is Dolly. She's the one we're raising for meat this year. She was actually part of the litter that was born during that big ice storm last winter. So she's about 5 or 6 months old now. I think she was born at the end of February, if I remember correctly. But she's the one who was born at like 3 o'clock in the morning when it was like negative 15 degrees outside. We weren't sure if any of those piglets were going to make it, and every single one of them survived. She is doing so well. We're excited to have her, and she is growing so fast. You can see I also have set up for them one of our feeding stations. This is actually one that we had back kind of in the woods for our grow out pigs in the past. So I've moved this up here. We've kind of revamped it a little bit for these new piglets, but it's got everything they need. We like to feed on these feeding stations because it just keeps everything so much more clean, and it prevents them from rooting around and making a big muddy area where you feed them. So this really works out well. You see it's got a trough here, and then it's got an automatic waterer as well. We use these for all of our pigs. Now I'm not sure if these new gilts are trained on one of these yet or not, but typically they learn really fast how to use it. Basically it's just this little cup. It's hooked up to, you can see, a 300-gallon IBC tote back there. All three of these paddocks that we have work off that same tote. But it's just a gravity-fed system, so when the pigs need a drink of water, they'll come up. They'll hit their nose on this little button right here. That lets water out into the cup. and then they can drink out of that cup. And it just works out really well, and it prevents them from making as much of a mess. Now, sometimes they do learn that if they keep their nose on here for long, it'll overflow onto the ground. But in my experience, as long as they have a good wallow and you keep that wallow filled up, they're not too concerned about doing that over here by the waterer. Hi, Charlie. Hi. This is Charlie. He is our boar, and he is kind of a big baby. Charlie loves to get belly rubs and back scratches. You can see he likes to get his butt scratched. He loves it when we come out here and spray him down with the hose. Yeah, does that feel good, Charlie? You guys, this is why I love the IPPs, because they're just so mellow and so fun to be around. I wouldn't feel anywhere near this comfortable around a full-size boar of another breed. Charlie is about as big as he's gonna get, and like I said, he's just so gentle and so calm and just loves the attention. He doesn't know that today he's gonna get a couple new girlfriends. Now, they're still young, so he's gonna have to wait quite a while before he gets to spend any quality time with them, but eventually Charlie will be the one. He'll be doing his job with all the girls that we have here. Charlie is a registered Idaho Pasture Pig, and then Ginger, our gilt in our other pen, she's a registered Idaho Pasture Pig, and then the two new ones that we're getting are our other two, Myrtle and Dolly. They are not registered. Charlie, you're getting too big. I know. All right. He wants too many scratches this morning. All right, we're gonna go make sure we've got everything ready for the two new girls to get here. And then we're just gonna wait because we're excited, and they should be here anytime. You guys, we are so excited because Mitch and Kayla from Duck Creek Pastures finally got here. We've been waiting all morning. As you've seen, we've been preparing for them to get here. They have our two piglets that are about 3 months old, and we're gonna get them out. We're gonna get them into their pen, but I just wanted to introduce you guys to these guys so that you can see who they are. Again, Duck Creek Pastures, an amazing farm in Wisconsin, not far from where Sarah and I grew up. Why don't you guys tell us just real quick a little bit about your farm?
So hi guys, like he said, we're from Wisconsin. We're from Partyville, Wisconsin.
If you can't tell by the accent.
Yeah, I don't hear it, but he tells me I have one. I don't know. So we bought our farm back in 2014. We've been working hard on it, and about 4 years ago is when we first got our first pair of IPPs and fell in love. So we are fanatics now. As you can see, we're driving all over the place to try and get genetics out, trying to bring genetics back, and it's been an amazing trip so far. It really has. Mm-hmm. So,
how many IPPs do you guys have now?
We have lots of different ages. Yeah. So, if we could give you a ballpark, we have around 100 pigs right now on our farm.
Wow.
Next year, it's going to be double that at least. So we are growing very fast.
So when you say fanatics, you mean it?
We really, we're obsessed.
That has been our heart and soul since we started.
We are very dedicated to taking this breed to the next level and getting it out there. And we had the opportunity to be a part of the Idaho Pasture Pig Association, Idaho Pasture Pig Breed Association, excuse me. And so it has just brought everything full circle for the breed. We've traveled all over, and we're trying to bring in more genetics to Wisconsin and also distribute the genetics throughout the U.S. We want everyone to have the opportunity to have diversity in their state and to
better the breed.
Right.
To help
better
the breed. To have
the option. Yep.
And the more genetics, the more versatile you can get.
Right.
The more you can strategically breed and work on a breed.
Right. And let's face it, they're the best pigs around.
They really are.
I mean, we've raised a ton of different breeds of pigs, and there's nothing like the IPPs.
There is no other pigs for us.
For the people out there who say that they don't like the IPPs, I've never raised them. That's my opinion.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean,
absolutely.
I grew up with commercial hogs. I mean, you even look at them, they want to kill you.
Right. Right.
So when she showed me a boar that laid down for belly rubs,
right,
said,
exactly. I mean, you just met our boar Charlie. I mean, he's he's like having a lab. Yeah. I mean, he's that friendly.
He's a beautiful boy. Absolutely.
So, all right, well, let's get these guys out of the trailer, or these girls out of the trailer, and then we'll do some more talking over by their new pen.
All right.
right.
That's easy.
All right, here's number one.
I got it. All right, girl, come here. There we go. You're gonna love your new home, new friends.
There we go. There you go. Right to the wallows. Well, it looks like the old girls are coming up to say hi to the new girls. I think you're going to like it here. Well, it looks like they are settling in well. Looks like everybody is curious as to what's going on. So we want to take just a couple minutes to share with you guys, Kayla specifically is going to share with you guys the importance of, you know, a breed standard. What we're looking for when you buy breeders, what someone like Kayla is doing to ensure that she's only selling piglets that meet the breed standards, and kind of what she's looking for.
So you need to be asking the breeder for pictures of the parents to the piglet that you're purchasing. You also want to run a COI, which is coefficient of inbreeding. And
Which you did for us, thank you.
Yep, yep.
And that's to make sure that if you already have piglets, or that the ones that you're getting aren't inbred, basically, or
aren't related,
or aren't related very closely at all.
Right. You just want more diversity in there. You don't want any problems down the road. And you know, if you do plan on line breeding in the future, you certainly don't want to start with something that has a very high COI. And so once you find one that adheres to the breed standard, which you can find the breed standard on the Idaho Pasture Pig Registry website. So really read through that. I read through it every single time I pick piglets. Every single time. It is that important.
What are the main things? I mean, I know one of them is the length of the snout. Like you absolutely don't want IPPs that have a long snout. But what else is there besides that?
Temperament.
Okay.
That's number one.
Okay.
We need to make sure that these pigs are going to be easy to be around, safe to be around. Your kids should be able to be around them. It's going to be hard to know temperament when you're picking out a piglet. So that's why it's important to ask the breeder questions, and you know, maybe ask for a video too. Just see how they interact with their pigs. And so then conformation. So that goes every part of their body, their whole type. But really, I select from the feet up. So if they don't have good feet and legs, they will not be able to support their adult weight. They won't be able to support the weight that they have when they're pregnant. They won't be able to support a mature boar when they're mating. These are all things feet are so important. So we really want to see strong pasterns. We don't want to see a fine-boned pig a small-boned pig, they don't have the structure to support that weight. It's just they don't have it. You know, you want them to be wide, you want them to be long, you want them to have a very smooth top line. You don't want to have a hump, you don't want their tail set to be low, that should be nice and high. This is a meat animal. You want nice big hams. full hams.
Right. Nice butt. You gotta have a good butt.
Yes, but
Right.
don't forget about those shoulders. Those shoulders are important.
Right.
There's a lot of meat on the shoulders. The wideness and the length of their body, bacon. Also, pork chops.
Right.
Those are very, very important.
So
Bacon.
familiarize yourself with a good butchering book. You guys,
Yes.
we've recommended to you several of them that we use. Start to learn the parts of the pig that you eat,
Yes.
and then start to look at the pigs and make sure they have good parts. I mean,
Yes.
really, it's not rocket science,
Yep.
but it is something that people overlook because I think emotionally they're like, oh, this one's cute, or this one,
Right.
and the other thing that we've learned over time is, don't buy any animal for your homestead because you feel sorry for it.
Yes.
I mean, that's easy to do, but don't think, well, we can take this one that isn't perfect and make it better, because
Right.
chances are you probably can't, especially when you're looking at breeders.
Exactly.
Or
that is.
color.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
I know we have some
Right.
beautiful colors in this,
It's a
in this
bonus.
but
It's
it
definitely a
is.
bonus.
Right.
It is. Look for what you need first, and color comes later.
Right.
And if
Right.
you want that color, it can come later.
Right.
But you need to start with a good stock.
Right.
So we really want to support what the breed founder, Shelly Dixon, had in mind. That is really, it's one of our main goals for our herd. We respect everything she's done.
Right.
She has put so much into this breed. And I also want to share with you guys that there is resources for you to pick piglets. The Idaho Pasture Pig Registry, as well as the Idaho Pasture Pig Breed Association, on their websites, they have resources for you to look through, and it's extremely helpful. We didn't have that when we started. So this is created by breeders to help you select the best. We only want the best to go out there. This breed is amazing, and we want to keep it that way. We really want to see consistency, and so both those websites are going to help you establish that in your herd.
Well, you guys, we're gonna let the piglets settle down. We're gonna move to the shade because it's terrible out here today. We're in the 90s and we got rain yesterday, so it is super humid. These guys are from Wisconsin. They're not used to this sticky southern weather yet. So.
Oh, we get a little hot and humid up there too. Though,
Well,
no?
that's true. And
It's
you guys
up there, too.
you guys have
No.
mosquitoes. We don't have mosquitoes down here.
yeah,
Not
we
very
have
many at all. So.
Pterodactyls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move to the shade. They've still got more pigs to deliver, and we're just so excited. You guys, first of all, excited to meet you, to finally get to see each other in person. But we're excited to have these breeders because this is going to be an awesome addition to our farm and homestead. And if there's anybody in Wisconsin, you guys check out Duck Creek Pastures if you're up in Wisconsin, or really in the Midwest at all, right? I mean, you guys are delivering throughout the Midwest.
We
We went to
ship
the East
nationwide.
Coast and we went to the West Coast about 3 months ago.
So there you go.
6,000-mile trip.
Wow. So there you go. Check out Duck Creek Pastures. You guys, I would highly recommend. Just from the little bit we've talked so far today, I can tell they're the real deal. And
Thank you.
I hope next time we make a trip up to Wisconsin, we can come see you guys.
Absolutely. We'd love to show you our place.
Yeah.
We'd love to see it. Well, it is early the next morning, and it is time to go feed the pigs. We thought we'd bring you guys along just to show you how well these new piglets have settled in. We checked on them numerous times throughout the day yesterday, and everybody is getting along well, and everybody is settling in well. But let's go down and feed everybody and see how they made it through the night. Good morning, piggies. How are you guys this morning? Looks like they're up already, eating grass. Hi, good morning. I am just amazed at how friendly these piglets are. We've never had piglets this size, this friendly. That says a lot about the way that Kayla and Mitch raise the pigs on their farm, because normally piglets at this size, I'll admit even ones we raise, are not this friendly at all. So this is awesome. Yeah. You guys want your breakfast? Let's go down to the other end of the pen. I'll bring you your breakfast. Come on. I guess they already know what the bucket is. Here you go. There you go. Well, they have both definitely figured out where the feeding trough is. I've seen them both drinking out of the watering cup yesterday, so that's not going to be an issue. We're just excited to have these guys. Now, IPPs and pigs in general can start breeding at about 8 months of age. So these guys are about 3 months old. So by next spring, they will definitely be ready for breeding age, and we're excited about that. Okay, everybody else is hungry too. Let's quick give everybody else their breakfast, and then we'll come back and check on these guys one more time. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, girls. I didn't mean to make you wait. Well, yesterday certainly was an exciting day on our farm getting these new piglets. I wanted to say a real quick thank you. One of the stops that Mitch and Kayla made before they came to our farm was to another farm that breeds IPPs. Colleen at that little farm in the country. She sent along these awesome Idaho Pasture Pig shirts for Sarah and I, along with some stickers and other things. So thank you, Colleen. That was awesome. You can see I'm proudly wearing the shirt already today. We had such a great time hanging out with Mitch and Kayla yesterday and their kids. Just a wonderful family, so thank you again. Don't forget to check out Duck Creek Pastures if you're looking for IPPs right now. And we're so excited to have these guys. We hope that you'll stick around and watch these babies grow and watch as they become the new breeders here on our farm. If you're enjoying our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, the absolute best way that you can help us is by sharing our videos on all of your social media. And until next time, thank you so much for stopping by our homestead. Take care and God bless.